This week in Ken's Tech Lab, we're going to take a look at this brand new printer, the UniFormation GK2. It's a Resin 3D printer, 8K. We're going to unbox and we're going to do our first print. Everybody sit back and stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to unbox this printer in a few minutes, and I wanted to make sure that I had the name right. The UniFormation GK2. This is a newer printer, not the newest. You've seen probably a few other reviewers taking a look at that. I just purchased this printer and brought it into the lab. So here on Ken's Tech Lab, we're going to unbox it first, and so let's get it out of this box. And I think I'm going to have to take it down off of this, off of here and put it down on the floor and then bring the stuff out. So let's do that now. So what we had first was the end caps to stop it from being damaged. Get those off. And more protection. Put that over here. We have a notice right here. It says, we level the GK2 building plate before delivery just as a backup. If there's any problems, please contact our technical support. So instead of this coming in and you have to run the level on it and make sure that it's okay, they've done that already for us, and let's hope that that is set correctly. Here's your normal instructions. Also a UniFormation certificate with a date that has been tested. It also looks like that we get a protective covering over the glass. We have our power plug and a box. EN for English. It's got your normal things. It's got your normal gloves. A rubber, looks like a squeegee. Kind of weird. Your normal set of tools, your Allen wrenches, a screwdriver, normal spatula, get it off the build plate. It looks like it comes with a funnel for the resin. Comes with extra screws, side cutters, a USB, and not something you want to replace immediately, and a bunch of screened funnels. That's it. That's what we have in the box. I'm just going to put everything back. So it looks like this, they call it what? An NFEP film. I'll have to take a look at that. Hopefully maybe there's one already on there. And I'll keep the USB out. Okay. Let's see if we get the printer itself out of the box. Okay, we have the top foam. Pretty sealed. Alright, there's the printer. but it wouldn't come out of the bottom foam. So we'll have to take that out manually. And what I'm going to do is take off a piece of this foam and be able to slide it right out, hopefully. There we go. All out. Get rid of this part and put the printer back down. Okay. Turn it around. UniFormation GK2. And let me put the camera down a little bit. Alright, we have the camera re-angled, and the UniFormation GK2, which here's the specs for it. It is 350 by 455 by 13.7 by 12.4. Now there's a lot of asterisks in here, and the package size is 445 by 420 by 550. The printing volume, here we go. It's 228 by 128 by 245 on the Z. That's millimeters. Exposure time, 2 to 3 seconds a layer. It's a photo curing LCD. USB. Operating 5-inch touchscreen. What else do we get out of this? The resin vat will hold 0.7 kilograms of resin. And that's about it. So let me tell you what I liked about this printer and why I bought it. And it's an 8K, so it's lower than the 12K Anycubic that I just got, but it's got a heating system built into the printer. And if you remember some of my past videos for people that's been with the channel, I keep the house kind of cold, so I like it right around 67, and that's Fahrenheit. But resins don't like that temperature very much, so I do have Elegoo, the 6K resin behind me, and which is huge, and that I have a heater inside. This one actually has a heater built into it to keep the resin at the temperature that you need it to keep at to do great prints. Now, another thing is that it's got a nice clear FEP in it for nice crisp prints. It doesn't have that new quick release FEP that the new printers are coming out with to get faster prints. But I don't want faster prints, I want good quality prints. It's also got an air purifier built into it. That was another thing that I did like about this unit. So let's take the front cover, which doesn't actually come off. It slides up and out of the way, and you don't have to take, like the Anycubics and a lot of the other printers, even the Elegoos, you have to take the plastic off and go set it on the floor someplace. Sliding this one up out of the way and then being able to, deal with your printer and take your prints off is a lot easier. And inside here we have more foam. Okay, and over here, this is the UniFormation Air Purification Active Carbon. Nice big, it just plugs in. No mess. No having to plug in USB like some of the other resin or some of the other printers. And it's very large, so it should be able to take care of a lot of the smells and bad odors you get from resin printing. Okay, let's see what else is in here. Okay. We also have the build plate right here. And that's all that was in there. Difference is this build plate has no adjustable screws on the outer side. What it does have is screws, I don't know if you can see them, I think at that angle you can, here and here, which make this adjustable. You shouldn't have to make anything adjusted on it, that's what they say. It should come pre-adjusted, and I really hope. The build plate itself is a very smooth, there's no textured on there, so I hope that the prints will stick without an issue. I don't know if I'm going to buy a Wham Bam plate for this yet. I know that every one of my other resin printers I have bought a Wham Bam plate. Let me get out the instructions and start putting this together. Alright, we have our certificate. We have to buy their resin, UniFormation resin. And I'll save this one for next year, because one of my other printers, I just got a year's worth of chip-to box, and a lot of the printers come with a 1 year code in their printers, and this will be a code for next year. Here is the installation steps. So it looks like it's pretty easy. Okay, let me go around to the other side. We can do this together. Alright, here we are. So coming on this side, it comes with a little rubber band that was on there. And we might need to lift this up before I do anything with this. So let's turn this on. Simple, so different, UniFormation. Alright, let's see what we have here on the built-in storage, data cleaning, what we need to do. Z-axis movement, and I need to go up. Okay. There we go. Now one thing is weird. So here's the vat, and there's a plastic cover, and the whole thing is plastic, because that really cuts down on cost. So we'll take off the protective film off the top and bottom. There we go. Clean, clear FEP, and we'll put this away. Two more pieces of foam in there that I didn't see. So I guess what they want you to do, and what this looks like with the cover, is they want you, this is category, color, and number. So this is a cover for this plate. So this goes on this plate or this vat. I guess it's not going to seal it tight, but it's still going to seal it. So maybe you could have trays, different trays of resin, clear resin and some colored resins, waiting to go in. Alright, let's read more of this resin vat installation. So let's put this vat, let's leave it out. And what the instructions are, or not the instructions, what the screen is saying is that I can't move the z-axis after a 0. So let me find out why. I'm going to, what this says is you put it in, put it to the back, it slides in. And it's, there we go, it's in. So, this is new to me, guys, same as you. So, up, lay it down, it slides in 2 different grooves, and that's how it's held in. I mean, you don't have to worry about the screws on each side anymore because there is none. It just slides in and you're done. Let me shut this back off. Let me take off this wonderful protection. Alright, we're going to go back over to z-axis movement. Okay. Okay. This time I was able to get it to go back to the top. So it looks like I had to set, not set 0, but actually just go back down to 0 and let it check. So I put the vat in, it's fine. Pull it out, push up. That's about the only instructions this has. See what else we have. Okay, we tell you everything that you get in the packing list and then setting up the printer. Alright, unpack the printer, take out the foam and the carbon filter inside the foam, install the activated carbon filter like in the picture. We're going to do that in a minute. What we're going to do is turn this printer completely around, and to do that I got to shut it off. Now, if you can see in here, let me bring this back out, which is different. So, I don't know if you can see this with the lights. You can right there. The max fill line is right here. It's not like on the sides or up. It's just right here. So your fill line is really within inside this middle section right here, maybe just a little bit over it. Okay, that's all the way up now. Okay, put that down. This will close. Turn this off. Okay, so I'll turn this around because I don't think I can turn it around. Power, maybe I can. Can you see it there? Yeah. Adjust the camera just a little bit. All right. So I was saying that the putting in the carbon filter, which is right here, big carbon filter, I don't have to touch it. I don't have to take it out of a wrapper. It just slides, I guess just like that. Just slides right in. Mounting instructions. Well, that'd be stupid if this was pointing up, right? No, it's down. That's right. Okay. There you go. It's in. Easy, easy, easy. Go back to the instructions. Take out the resin vat, remove the protector on the screen. So take out the resin vat, remove the protector on the screen and the film under the resin vat. See, this is what I don't get. They don't ever show you pictures. Let me turn this back around. Let's open this back up. Okay. So on every printer, they always say, okay, it comes with a screen protector. Okay. Now, there's a piece of plastic that is perfectly put on here right now. It's got a little thing over here that says pull it off. The instructions, and this isn't just this printer, this is about every resin printer. Take out the resin vat, remove the protector on the screen and the film under the resin vat. Right? That tells me remove this sticker right here. That's on here, but it's perfectly on there with no bubbles, and it makes a great protector. Let's turn this back on. Now this is going to be my main resin printer for a while, so something comes out that's really different. So test the UV light. First, select exposure test. So let's go back to here. Exposure test. The resin vat has been taken out. Yes. And there is the test. And that's exactly what we should see. It's readable. 20 by 200, 20 by 20. That's perfect. Okay, what's next? Okay, level test. So here we are, we're going to level test this. All right. Let's put this on. That just clamps down like that, and that's secure. Let's see the test that we have. I saw that in the paper. So this test paper comes, and it says right here, we leveled the GK2 building plate before delivery, just as a backup. If there's any problems, call them. The instructions say leveling test. Place the test paper. Okay. Test paper. And what they want us to do, and I've never seen this on any other printer, but there are 4 test area stickers. Okay. So out of each corner, they want us to put these these, not stickers, they're just pieces of paper, over the test area in the corner. And there's the last one. Make sure the paper is centered. Okay. It says select Z0 icon to bring the build plate down to the 0 position on top of the LCD and plate. Should stop automatically. Try pulling out the 4 strips of paper. The 4 strips. The paper should move with a little friction, but not too tight, so to not move at all. Okay. Let's try this. Let's go to movement. Z0. Well, do you guys think that this will be leveled and we won't have to do anything else, or do you think I'm going to have to go through the leveling process? If you put your comments down there before it gets down to the bottom, and but no cheating, don't wait till afterwards, so put them down there now before this thing actually gets down. Okay, here's our test. The back of it is tight and the front of it is loose. The front of it's perfect. So let me try one more thing. Let me take it back to the top. Actually, I'll take it not all the way because that was a pain. This is not a fast moving build plate, but the Z screw is very quiet moving. The fans make the most noise. Alright. Stopped it. Take these test area things off. Take this off. Take this off. This off. I got one in the back. And like I was going to do in the very beginning, I'm going to take this off. Okay. Now I'm going to put the paper back in. And I'm going to go back to Z0. I'm not even going to try the other things. I'm just going to do the paper. So do that. Okay. Nope, tight as can be. So, now to me that's good, because normally I would take something down to the Z equals 0, make sure the paper can't move, hold my hand on it and tighten it. So to me this is absolutely fine. Let's go back up again. Okay, I'm going to hit stop. And I'm going to put these 4 pieces of paper that go on top of the leveling paper. Because if this doesn't work and it's stuck in the back and not the front, that means, let me go back up. Let me go back to the top some more. That means that this is actually off level completely. The four corners are not even no matter what. So now you're doubling the paper. I mean, you know, the amount of thickness on the corners by putting a double paper in there, I think. Let me stop that. And I don't know what that proves, but we will do this, and then we're going to go Z equals 0 again. Alright, like normal, see these are loose in here. No stopping at all, and these two in the back are tight. So it is not level, and we need to level this printer. So I'm not going to have you sit through that, because I'll do a separate video on just leveling this printer, if that's something you'd like to see. So leave a comment down below if you'd like to see a leveling video on the UniFormation GK2. Okay everybody, I actually was able to level the plate after watching the video, and I'll throw the video into this video right here. It was interesting, to say the least. It's a completely different concept of leveling a build plate from any other resin that I've ever done. I don't know if you can see up here. Let me move the camera. Maybe you can. No, I'll move the move this back down to 0. Okay, maybe this will help. I'm sorry it's so dark, but I have lights on it, but it looks fine for me, but it doesn't look fine from the video, but I think you can tell from here. Right here there's 4 of these screws. And what these screws do is give this be able to move up and down. Once you get it to the level and it goes down, these little, like there's holes right here and there's screws inside that will push up on this plastic here to keep that bottom part where it was when you leveled it. It's just a different concept. You can level it after the, like, you don't have to keep it level, because you can't push it down with your hand to make sure that it's level. You actually, because it's underneath here. So what I did was I used the paper, leveled it. It was a little bit stuck on one side. It wasn't as, flexible. So I took it and adjusted just the one side. Then I came over here and adjusted another side, and I got it pretty level. So let's hopefully it'll stick to the build plate on the first try, and we don't have to do it again. All right. Inside the controls here, we have the Z offsets, and not offset, but the Z up and down by 1, 10, 100, or all the way to the top. The menu system on this is pretty easy to move around in. You have exposure test, vac cleaning, which would light up the whole build plate. System update right here. No updates available. And I have not actually set up, I believe this has Wi-Fi, but I haven't set that up yet. We have error logs, technical support, user information, and device information right here. Over here we have system settings and language, and not much. We have the heating on or off. It's on, and I believe that is closed. You can set the temperature. You have alert volumes and the actual temperature of the vat, which is set to 25°C, and you can slide it over right here. Let's see what's on. No. Yeah, that gives me more of a. Okay, so it's two temperatures, 35°C or 25°C. And 25°C is perfect. Most resins will say that when you read the bottle. Let's go back. Right now, the actual inside of this is 26.3°C. So let's go back and move the Z height back up. And Z movement, it's right there. And then we're going to take this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 up. That's half of that 100. Since this build plate's kind of smooth, I might have to take some sandpaper and get some grooves in it for the things to stick. Okay, I'm going to take it up a little bit more. Okay, this goes in just fine. Sets in, and then it slides to lock it in place. Pretty easy setup. Let's get some resin in the vat. We're going to use Anycubic Water Wash Plus Resin Plus. And somewhere around here I have the USB drive, which is the USB is right in the front right here. So we're going to go back to the very beginning, go back to print. It's got a built-in storage, so I believe that you can move some prints from external to internal. U-disc, which would be the, if there's anything on it. There's no content on the inside storage, and I don't see it reading the disc. Now there's two USB on here, one in the front and one in the back. Let's see if that one came up with anything. No. This USB could be dead out of the box. Let's see if it reads a different disc. Okay, I lit it up and yep, it read it. And in here's got a, it actually sees what's on the disc. And we'll take that back out. So it did read this disc, so it's not broke. I'll leave that in there for a couple seconds. This one had a, this other one I put in had a light on it, which told it. All right. Looks like this is a dead disc. I'm going to have to go slice something, and we'll be right back. Okay, I got the USB drive in there, and I actually went out and sliced my own file because the USB drive that they gave me was completely dead. There's nothing, doesn't work, there's nothing on it. Alright, let's see if this actually will pick up the files. Let's click there. And this is the file that I made. And there it is. It tells me that it's going to use 0.57, 0.0 milliliters of resin. It's reading the file. That was very quick. I think it copied it to internal storage, so if something happens, you wouldn't have to worry about it. Alright, everybody keep their fingers crossed that it's going to stick to the build plate on the first go-around. So the screen itself is showing me a lot of information. The picture of the print, the percentage done. I can pause the print, stop the print, and it says it's going to take 10 hours and 5 minutes. So we'll let this thing print and we'll be back when it's done. Okay everybody, it's the next day. It's 10-hour print is finished, and let's see how good I did on the re-leveling. So let's open it up. And it looks like the base did not stick. But the main model did. So there is no even look of the base sticking, so it has to be on the FEP. So I'm going to have to clean this out. One thing I do like is it's got a little, if there's any drips, there's a channel all the way around it. So you can actually pick the model up, take it off, and you shouldn't get any drips all over the place. So let me clean this model and we'll take a look at how well it printed. Even if it didn't print the base, we'll still can take a look at the model itself and see the details of this 8K machine from UniFormation. So, be right back. Okay, we have the build plate out. I've actually cleaned the print. I've cleaned the build plate. It came right off so easy off the build plate. It came off too easy, my opinion, because that means that this part of the build plate was barely staying on there also. But as far as the quality is concerned of this print, it's very good. I have no complaints. It's not cleaned up or even cured yet. I just pulled the supports off of it. But for this print itself, it looks really well. The lines are very crisp, like they should be. So I have no complaints about the print. I do have a wonder, this build plate, since how the way that it adjusts, is any resin getting inside this plastic right here when it gets submerged? And if it does, is it coming back out, or is there resin going to be always stuck inside this build plate, since it's not just a solid piece? There's springs and stuff inside of it. I don't know, I guess we'll tell over time. This printer right here was voted like the top printer of 2023 by a lot of other YouTube people, and that's why we had to get a hold of one and see how it did. So the only complaints I have so far on this printer is that the USB was dead out of the box. Usually they die at least a day later or a week later, and it was not calibrated as it said on the package that it was leveled. It was not. Alright everybody, this is Ken from the future, and I was editing this show that you see now, and I wanted to talk more about leveling this UniFormation GK2. So after some attempts, showing you now, I was able to level this perfectly, and we'll just take this out. Here we go. As you can see, both last time that I showed you this, the stand did not print, just KOTOR printed. So this time, after leveling it and wrapping my head around it, I got this perfectly leveled like it should have been. So let me clean this off, and then we're going to show you, I'll show you exactly what I was talking about. Alright, here on the bench I have the build plate after cleaning it. It's all nice and clean. And here's the print, not paint ready, but it is cured. Okay. So what I figured out so everybody else can maybe get their heads wrapped around this. And I think, you know, when I first looked at this, and I said, this is a stupid idea. I don't know who thought of this, but I think that we could do a better job by just putting the screws back on there, and the old, you know, the regular way of leveling the build plate on a resin. And then after working with it, because I had 3 failures on one side of this build plate, the other side stuck, which you saw in this video, but it did not stick here. As you saw, they're both sticking fine. They both printed fine on both sides. I used the leveling sheet, and what I found is once you get this down here, you get the leveling sheet, and they do have leveling tabs that you can check each corner, and you'll find that the corner that was not sticking had a little bit more of a gap to it. Not much, just enough. And what you can do, these outer screws right here, there's 4 of them, loosen the plate to go down, okay? These 4 holes here have a plunger that's pushing up on this and then pushing down on the plate. So just like a regular FDM printer with the wheels on the build plate, you can put one at a time and get this completely level no matter what, because you have control of each corner of this build plate. The video that they show from UniFormation shows that you just loosen these, let it go down, and then tighten these. Now don't forget that these tighten when you turn them left for loosen. That's how they tighten, because they're actually going up and pushing against this metal plate, which in turn is pushing down on this, because this whole thing will move in and out. And if you can get your head wrapped around how that works, I was able to make adjustments, very minute adjustments, to get this fully leveled on all 4 corners. And that, I found, after dealing with this and getting to know this pretty well, I felt like, well, okay, I think more resin printer companies need to do the same thing as this, because sometimes they're out of whack just because something, not the actual plate itself, is unlevel, but something else in that printer is unlevel, and you can't get as into each one of these corners as you can with this. So after the fact of the video and having 3 failures and finally getting this completely nice and straight and everything printing beautiful, I wanted to come back and let you guys know. So thank you again for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay awesome. So final thoughts on this printer, the UniFormation GK2. It's well built. It doesn't slide around like the M3S did that we reviewed. The print came out just fine, and I believe that after I get the bed or the build plate leveled perfectly, we won't have any issues with it sticking to the build plate. I think this printer is going to be my main printer until something else comes out. The heating in it really helps and keeps the resin at the correct temperatures while printing. And with it built in, that's a great thing. No extra wires or fans running or stuff like that. The price on this printer is not the cheapest. This was a little bit more expensive, I think, than the M3S, but the build quality is better, like I said before. I would give this a thumbs up to be a purchase for anybody out there that would like to buy this printer. I'm not, I have no qualms with the prints or the printer itself, like I did with the M3S. So with that said, I really appreciate everybody joining us today on Ken's Tech Lab. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and that little place where you can type something to let me know how you like the video, please do that. And like always with Ken's Tech Lab, stay awesome.